Hello everybody and welcome back to the Mongooli Show. Today we're doing Cosmic Crucible Season 10, Week 2, Day number 1, and we're going up against Sustanance. Now you can see here that he's got a TCP of 84 million points. He's got about 11 million more than we do, which is very reasonable. I think we have a decent chance there. And he was online less than 3 minutes ago. So hopefully when we're done here, we'll be able to see what his score is and see if we beat him or if we lost right away. Let's get into the match. All right, so in room number 1, he's got a bit of a mismatch. We got Old Man Logan with Dormammu and Gore. The nice thing in there is the Dormammu is going to give the entire team revives, and Gore is going to steal the revives from our team. So if we do want to go in there with our own Dormammu, it's not going to work all that well for us. He's also got Noir to go quickly, and Jugs, or Zugs, I guess, to be a taunter, so that we have to attack him first before we can attack other things. The nice thing is Juggernaut is incredibly small, so we should be able to get through him pretty quickly. He does have the revive. We're probably going to bring in North Star or something like that to clear the revives, so we only have to deal with Juggernaut one time. Room number 2, we've got Out of Time with Scientist Supreme, looking at about 3.1 million. Obviously, the 2 diamonds on a purple ISO Black Knight is going to be a bit of an issue. We might have to sacrifice this room. We're probably going to leave this one till the end so we know what we've got left to deal with it. Room number 3, we've got the Annihilators along with Val and Super Skrull coming at 3.2 million points. Room 4, we've got the Extreme Rogue composition. We got a Lady Deathstrike in there, and she's looking pretty beefy, coming in at almost 900,000 points just on her own. Room number 5, he's got his Spider Society along with Sasquatch. He's got him right there in the middle, so we're going to get some splash damage off on Pavitar and on Gwen, so that's kind of okay for us. And then room number 6, we're looking at a quick hold team. It's relatively small, coming in at under 2 million power, but we do have a fairly big Morgan Le Fay and a fairly big Quicksilver that we have to deal with, and those are the 2 big powerhouses of the team, so could give us a bit of a trouble, but not too much. I'm not terribly worried about that one. Let's jump into room number 1. All right, so for room number 1, again, they've got their Old Man Logan along with their Dormammu and Gore. We're going to bring in our North Star as well as our Cabal team. Now, Zemo's here to make the team go a little bit faster. Hopefully, he can get some crits off. North Star's not a villain, so he's not going to work with the team that way, but he can strip all of the revives off the opposing team, which actually is really good for us. We don't have to deal with them multiple times. Now, obviously, Old Man Logan can gain revives as the match goes on, but I'm hoping that we can kill him before it really becomes an issue. Again, if we can take care of Juggernaut with no revives, we can just get him out of the way, then we can kind of focus on Old Man Logan. I think we'll be in really good shape here. We are punching down a significant amount here, and maybe that's going to come back to bite us later, but Old Man Logan, no matter where you put him, is going to be a threat, and him having revives and people that can back him up is just a little terrifying. So we're going to go a little bit overpowered on this one and hope that we can still make it work for the rest of the matches today. Let's jump into it. All right, so first and foremost, we are stuck behind. Oh, no, we're not. Never mind. The revive got cleared, which is actually kind of brilliant for us. So let's go straight into Old Man. We're going to hit everybody, so it really doesn't matter. Juggernaut's gone, but he did come back, but so be it. It happened so quickly, I don't even think it really matters. We are going to strip the revives off of everybody, and is that enough to take Old Man Logan out right away? Wow, we didn't even need the Cabal team to deal with Logan. That's kind of ridiculous, but I'll take it. The last 3 members, no revives on any of them. This should be over incredibly quickly. So, lesson for next time, when Old Man Logan is that low, Zemo can almost handle him himself. Who knew? All right, that's probably match right there. Perfect. Moving on to room number 3. Damn, that might have been an unnecessary punch down, but whatever. It worked. I'll take it. Moving on. Overkill is the best kill. Oh, hey, really quickly, I just want to talk to you guys. On October the 4th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be hosting my 2nd annual Anniversary Bash. Now, that's my 1st anniversary on Twitch, my 2nd anniversary on YouTube, and my 42nd anniversary on this planet. So, we're going to be hosting a charity event for the Alzheimer's Society of Canada. So, come on over, bring your wallets, support the good cause. None of this money is going to me. It's entirely going to charity. It's going to be a 4-hour stream, but the more you donate, the longer the stream is going to go on for, up to a maximum of 24 hours. So, if you want to come over, hang out, whatever, that's going to be at twitch.tv/The Mongooli Show. I don't think it's going to be on YouTube, or at least not as it's airing live. We'll see. As of right now, though, it will be on twitch.tv, so head over there and hit the follow button if you want to check that out. I promise you do. There's going to be a lot of shenanigans, a lot of fun times. Come on over, support a good cause, hang out with me, all good stuff. back to the match. All right, for room number 3, we're going against the Annihilator team along with Val and Super Skrull. We did face this exact composition last week, but we did have to 2-tap it because we brought in the wrong team the first time around. So we fought teams similar to this after that, but they were much lower. They didn't have Val, stuff like that. So I'm not entirely sure this will work as well as it did last week. I'm super curious about this one because if it does, then I think we found a really legitimate counter for this room. If it doesn't, we'll have to go back to the drawing board for round number 2, but it worked well last week with some of the members switched around. I'm hoping it'll work well this week. Essentially, what we want to do is survive. Like, we're going to get stuck behind a taunt from Gladiator. We need to get past that, survive Super Skrull, and have Doom go off. I think we'll be in great shape. But we do have to make it to that point. Let's see if we can make it happen. All right, so our entire team does have the revives, which is going to be good because then if Dr. Doom does fall down, he should get back up from that, and then it should trigger his attack regardless. We're going to go into Gladiator with Old Man Logan, kind of punch around the team a little bit, give some bleeds out. Our whole team is taking a significant amount of damage. Thank goodness we do have the revives, but this could be problematic if Super Skrull goes and just blows up our entire team in one shot. Old Man Logan's down for the first time. He should get a pretty healthy revive back there. We've already got Doom ready to go off. Wow, okay. We are still stuck behind him, but I still feel like that's the right call because we're not sure we're going to get a second chance at it. So we're going to just do the basic, and then special. We're doing basically nothing to him, but hopefully this will hurt a little bit. Or not. Okay, so this might not go as well as I want it to. We're still stuck behind that taunt, unfortunately. We're pinging the Thanos back there, which is kind of nice, but we'll see. In retrospect, we probably should have saved the Old Man Logan special for after. Having known that he would get pinged this hard, that would have been a good thing to have because that's what gives him the revive. So being able to keep the revive so he'd have, you know, the revive from Dormammu and then the revive from himself. It does build up relatively quickly, but if he falls, like, say, right now, that would be really bad for us. Now, Claws Out is great. That'll hit everybody. I don't know how much damage it's actually going to do because they seem to be very, very beefy on that side of the table. And unfortunately, it looks like Old Man Logan will probably die before he gets a chance to do his special. We're down to everybody on their last lives, so this is looking very, very poor. Yeah, Old Man Logan's gone. Val's probably going to die before she has a chance to do her ultimate. And yeah, we're just not doing nearly enough damage to that side of the board. So we're going to let this one slide because we do need to make them sure that we do want them to all be exhausted. But that is unfortunate, seeing the team fall apart quite that badly because it did very well last week, but generally against smaller versions. Let's get into room 4. All right, for room number 4, we're going to do the tried and true MOE with APOC. Now, I've not seen this composition with a Lady Deathstrike, and quite frankly, she is gigantic, so that is kind of terrifying, but I'm pretty sure we're going to handle this in pretty much the same way we always do, where we want to ability block Rogue, go hard into Forge, and then just kind of move on with the rest of the team. Now, there's no Cyclops here, so Forge won't go as crazy as he normally does, but I still think it's worth just getting rid of him, just so we can't revive somebody else, and if we can just deal with the gigantic Lady Deathstrike, that'd be wonderful. We'll have to see how much she actually changes what this team does and how it operates, but I think this is still the right play. All right, so as we mentioned, we're going to go for Rogue here with the ability block. There we go. And we're going to go straight at Forge. It's kind of nice they put Forge in the middle, so... Oh, never mind. Right, this room. Okay. So we want to get rid of Lady Deathstrike because she's gigantic, but we also really, really don't want to get stuck behind Forge. Sorry, not Forge. Rogue. She is ability blocked for 2 turns, so I think we're going to go Lady Deathstrike and just see if we can injure her enough to not really have to worry about her. That took a pretty decent swing out of her. Let's try that again. We'll hit Gambit in the background there, which is decent but not amazing. So she's stunned, she's ability blocked, and we can't hit the other ones just yet. The nice thing is both the people we can hit have vulnerable, so when we do get Apocalypse's turn to go, we can go for either one of them and be in pretty decent shape. Now, Rogue... Yeah, I think we're going to go for Rogue. Lady Deathstrike's stunned for now, at least. Rogue's taking some damage. She does have the vulnerable on her, so we are going to go for her, although this is unavoidable, right? Yeah, we're going to go for Rogue, see if we can just take, well, no, let's go for Lady Deathstrike because she's got a bigger health pool. There's a better chance we're actually just going to kill her. It is unavoidable, so it's going to get past her, whatever that's called. Perfect. Both of the characters we care about are gone. Can we just straight up kill Forge here and move on with our life? Excellent. I think we're in the driver's seat as of this point. Nightcrawler's a little bit scarier than Gambit, but this is probably going to kill Gambit, so it doesn't really matter. Can it get both of them? Nope, can't get either of them. Gambit should fall pretty quickly, hopefully before we lose a team member. There we go. All right, now we just have Nightcrawler left over. Shouldn't be too bad. This is going to be a blowout. Just go fall down. There we go. All of our team's alive. None of their team is. Love to see it. Let's move on to room number 5. All right, for room number 5, we're going against their Spider Society along with Sasquatch. We're going to be bringing in our Superior 6, but we're switching out Lizard for Vulture because we want that speed boost. All of them are heroes, but also we don't want to use Lizard's ability to remove all of their positives. We want Green Goblin's ability to flip all of their positives into negatives. That'll work out a lot better for us. Straight punch across, this should go well, but spiders have the ability to kind of mess with our day a little bit, so we'll have to see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get this one in one shot. All right, so moving into the room, we're going to be stuck behind the taunt from Sasquatch, so there's not really a whole lot of choice there. We should be able to clear it relatively quickly and then move on. This will actually get rid of pretty much all of their positives, turn them into negatives, and kind of make our day pretty happy. We would like to start focusing on Peter B. Parker if we can. Sasquatch is almost dead, but... oh, there he goes. Never mind. Sasquatch is dead. So if we can... actually, maybe we're going to ability block Pavitar and then go hard on Peter, not having to worry about Pavitar's ultimate going off or anything stupid like that. Now we can focus on Peter. Never mind, he's dazed. I keep talking and then things change after I say the sentence. If we have... okay, now we can focus on Peter. This game hates me. All right, this should hit everybody. We might get lucky and take a couple people out. We might get really lucky and take pretty much everybody out. This has been a bloodbath. Let's end this really quickly and then move on to room number 6. Beautiful. We'd love to see it. All right, for room number 6, we're going against their quick hold team. We've got our Tangled, 2 pieces of Pegasus, and Nova. 2099 is going to steal the Death Proof, which is going to be really good for us. We can survive a couple of hits. We get some charges on Weaver so she can't take some damage, and we can pretty much focus on Morgan Le Fay and Quicksilver, hopefully stunning Wong so we don't get stuck behind that taunt, and we should be in good shape. Let's make sure that we can make this happen. It is a pretty significant punch down, so I don't see there being too many options here or too many issues, but every now and then, Darkhold pulls out a good RNG and you just get kind of stuck behind something. So hopefully we can make this work. Let's jump in. All right, so right off the bat, we want to go with Agatha because we want to steal that Death Proof, give it to our team, give us a bit more survivability, and just in case we need it. I know there's some people who will argue that you want to go for Quicksilver first so you can disrupt them, but I do like getting that Death Proof on my team. Quicksilver is relatively large, but he's already very, very heavily hurt. If we can get rid of him before he calls in Scarlet Witch, that'd be wonderful. I don't know. We're actually going to give the ability block to Wong. Again, we don't want to get stuck behind that taunt. Perfect. And then Quicksilver's just gone, so that's excellent. We can just focus on Morgan Le Fay now, as she's the only really big threat on that side of the board. The other ones are threats. They're just not as big of threats because they're much smaller than she is. So shouldn't be too big of an issue. She is blind, so that's great for us. We can't hit her, unfortunately. Maybe we can just kind of get through everybody else and get there. Some of these people have splash damage, so we're going to do a little bit of damage just by hitting people around her. There we go. Morgan Le Fay is down. Perfect. Dr. Doom is down. Let's worry about Wong just because why not? At this point, realistically, nothing on the board is a threat, so we've already won. It's just a matter of how many turns is it going to take us to get there. And it's looking like not that many turns, thankfully. She's blinded, so even if she does take a damage, she's not going to, or attacks us, she's not really going to do a whole lot. And she's pretty much going to fall instantly. Like, this should get us there. Perfect. One more room, then some cleanup, and we're good to go. All right, for room number 2, we took a look at this for a little while, and honestly, I think that Black Knight is just a little bit too big for us. So we're going to go into this with a sacrifice team, not the team you see on screen. We're going to go in with a sacrifice team and then come back at it for the second time with this team, and hopefully that can clear it out. We've got 2 different characters that can get rid of the charges, so that should be pretty decent. I think this will work really well, but I'm not convinced it's going to get a one-shot in there, so I'd rather just throw something at them, get exhausted on Black Knight, and then come back in with this team and crush them. That's what we're going to do. I'm not going to bother showing you the team that we're sacrificing. They're going to die really quickly. We'll just jump to this fight after the sacrifice. All right, so we're in here with our exhausted team now. Hopefully we can actually make this one work. Hit him with the ultimate. And then we're gonna have to just keep working through that exhausted, or the taunt, unfortunately. But that's fine. He's the one we want to get rid of anyways. This actually kind of works. We should be able to stun him here, which would be great for us. If we can kill him off before Captain America's taunt goes off, which of course it just did. So we do have to now worry about the Captain America. But this should work out fairly well. We should get rid of Starbrand right there. Captain America is nicely hurt. Now we can go back to Black Knight. Take care of this quickly, hopefully. Get a couple of blinds, maybe. All right, blinded Black Knight, I'll take it. But please, 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 can we just get rid of him before it becomes a bigger issue? Is that enough to do it? No, looking good. Okay, now we want to take out her before she can revive somebody, although she will revive Starbrand, so that's actually pretty decent for us. But let's just get rid of her anyway, so we don't have to worry about it. Stuck behind the Captain America taunt. That's fine at this point. We're not nearly as worried about Captain America taunting us once there's no Black Knight to deal with. Peggy went down wonderfully. That sounds wrong. And now we just have one last character to deal with, and she's really not a threat whatsoever. So this is going to be a clean and easy win. But again, we did exhaust them first. So don't think you can do this the first try. I'm not saying you can do it the first try. This was an exhaust, and then we went in. All right, for room number 3 for the cleanup round, what we're going to be doing is we're bringing in Loki to speed up Cersei a little bit. That'll make her go before Icarus. Hopefully she can soften the team up a little bit, so when Icarus goes off, there's maybe the tiniest chance that he gets to do a double tap. I'm not really counting on that, though. Lizard can steal some of their positives away from us, and Lady Deathstrike is just a big dumb striker who can do a bunch of damage. I am not convinced this is going to work, but they are exhausted, and this is a punch across, so we're going to give it a go. Hopefully we can take out a couple of them, if not the entire team, and then if we do have to come in for a third time, we'll just have to deal with that when we get there. Cross that bridge when we get there. All right, so Super Skrull's going first. He ability blocked our Lady Deathstrike and did a decent amount of damage to her, unfortunately. We are still stuck behind the taunt from Gladiator, which we knew was going to be the case. We can do some damage to everybody. If we can get their Val to a decent place where maybe we can do some serious damage to her, that would be wonderful. But it looks like she just healed up pretty nicely, so that's not likely going to happen. As I said, I'm not like super convinced this team's going to do anything, but it was a lot of our big beefy players. It was kind of the best option we had. Lady Deathstrike is down. Loki is down. Are we going to even take a turn with Icarus or Lizard? Doesn't look like we are, unfortunately. Oof. Absolutely brutal. All right, we'll have to come into this for a third time, see if we can do anything to this team. All right, for our last attack into this match, what we're going to do is new warriors, but we're going to switch out Dagger for Big Time Spider-Man. Hopefully Big Time Spider-Man can deal with the threat so we can get past that and start hitting other players instead, because Gladiator just has a ton of health on him. If we can do anything to Super Skrull and slow him down, that might give us a bit of a chance. But honestly, I think their team is just a bit too beefy for us, and I don't know that we're going to be able to clear this one. We got to try it again. We got to give it our all to see if we can and see if we can see the score, but I have really no faith that this is going to work. What I should have done is gone in with the team I went the second time around as the first team, and then the first team that I used, that should have been my cleanup team. Not guaranteed that would have worked, but it probably would have worked better than what we did, unfortunately. That's what I would try. Like if I had this exact same matchup tomorrow, that's what I would try. But live and learn. This is where we're at. We're going to give this a shot and see if we can make it work. All right, so right off the bat, Super Skrull is going to go again. Pretty much deletes our cloak immediately, unfortunately. Let's go with Firestar into him. I thought Spider-Man would go first before this happened, but here we are. I think we're going to die fairly quickly, but I don't really want to use either of my two big attacks. We're just going to go with the basic here and pray that we survive long enough to get another turn. And, okay. The evades on everybody is helpful. Still did manage to lose cloak pretty immediately. We don't have a taunt on Gladiator, but we need to actually be able to take a turn. And I'm not sure how long we're gonna survive for that. I don't really know. I think we're gonna hit everybody. I don't think it really matters who you target. Interesting. Okay. They're permanently adjacent to targets for piercing, slow, pierce. There, we got the 5 charges. Is there any world where this works? Oh my God, it did. Holy shit. Okay. That's actually pretty huge for us. There's still a really good chance we die, but that's a moral victory that I will absolutely take. Can we get another one? Probably not, but let's try. All of our teams fallen pretty quickly, but here we are. Sometimes that extra 5 points does matter, so there's that. But no, there's no way Deadpool can, or Deathpool can handle any one of these, let alone all of these. So that's probably the best we're going to do. But hey, I'll take it. I'll take the moral victory. And who knows, maybe he couldn't full clear one of our rooms. So fingers crossed. Would have been nice to have taken the Thanos out, but so be it. Here we are. All right, we got a score of 41,432. Let's take a look, see if he's done his attack yet and how he was able to manage us. And 41,800. Damn it. He beat us by one. Like, not one, you know what I mean? Like one attack. Oh, that's rough. Okay, let's see where he had troubles. Made it through our room number 1, no problem. Room number 2, no problem. Room number 3, he couldn't full clear either, and he didn't kill any of us. So that 5 points might have ended up mattering at some point, but it doesn't look like it. 4, no problem. 5, no problem. 6, no problem. So room number 3 is the only room that gave him pause, but not enough, unfortunately, for us to get the win. So in the end, we sacked room number 2. If we'd managed to do that without having to sacrifice it, if we could have killed that room in one attack, that might have been the difference between a win or a loss here. It's hard to say. Either way, congratulations, Sustanance. We put in a good fight, but you put in a little bit of a better one. We'll have to see how we do tomorrow for round number 2. We recorded this live over at twitch.tv/The Mongooli Show. So if you want to head over there and hit that follow button, you can be part of this and hang out with me while we're recording this live tomorrow or the next day, whenever we go live again. If you enjoyed this video, you made it this far in the video, you probably did, hit that like button as it does help out quite a bit, and hit subscribe if you want to see more great content like this going forward. Until next time, Commanders, I hope you're safe, I hope you're well, and good luck to you.